So even though Tennolive kind of started with Soulframe and they eventually got onto Warframe, there was a huge reference that a lot of people kind of skipped over and didn't even notice. It comes to something when I noticed these things. It amazed me how many people didn't notice this so quickly, but at the same time how many people did notice it and people turned around and said, "Oh, I didn't notice that. I noticed this during Tennolive," and went, "Haha, I've seen that smile somewhere before." But where, oh where could we have seen this smile before? It's not what everybody keeps saying it is. As much as we would love to turn around and say this could be Master and Trotty, because it's clearly the man in the wall with that same kind of smile that we've also seen the Tenno's, the operator's doppelganger doing. The first recorded encounter with the man in the wall is from, technically, Albrecht Trotty, who, during his first expedition into the void, blah blah blah, the bell shattered his protection and he fell into the portal where he found himself back on his laboratory floor, surrounded by shattered, etc., etc., and he saw a copy of himself, but it never really specifies if the copy of himself was inside or outside of the portal. Inside? Outside? Could have been either. But taken back, lots of weirdness, the daughters closed the portal, and as the thing was closing, the entity's finger was cut off. Yep, that's right, we have seen this finger multiple times. The man in the wall would be Albrecht Trotty's doppelganger, not Albrecht Trotty himself. Ha! We already know this. This is kind of Warframe lore at this point. So technically, that would mean Master Trotty is actually Albrecht Trotty, if this smile is the same. Or could it be his doppelganger? Really doubt it, he's not missing a finger. Confirmed during the whole cinematic, because there's 4 fingers on one hand and 4 fingers on the other one. Plus, if we continue to actually watch this, you can tell that is because there's all the fingers on his hands. So Master Trotty here is not the man in the wall. However, neither is that, because he had all of his fingers there. But the smile, yeah, it has so much. I mean, we know this is, it is, but it isn't, but it is at the same time, and it kind of isn't, and with that effect in the background, that right there would be the man in the wall. But it's not, because the man in the wall kind of existed. The first recorded encounter with the man in the wall is from Albrecht Trotty's own, what would they call it? His memories of his first expedition into the void, where his doppelganger tries to come through the portal from the void, and when the portal is closed off before he can get through, his finger is lopped off and left on this side. Raises a few other big questions more than anything else, but yeah, I will admit, I noticed this. A few other people did as well. It does in fact look like the man in the wall, because technically the man in the wall would be the copy of Albrecht Trotty. And for once, yes, I actually fact-checked the story here. I actually went on the Wikipedia and it states exactly that. But on that, of course, Master Trotty, yeah. Albrecht Trotty was born during the Orokin era, early Orokin era, since they're the one, early Orokin era when the finger was being studied. That puts him as really, really early Orokin era. He spent a considerable amount of time trying to prove the usefulness of an alternate dimension. Oh, hang on one flying second here. Without even knowing about it, the alternate dimension he is referring to, as the years passed, no proof. I'm guessing at this point we can turn around and say Albrecht Trotty has in fact proven the alternate dimension theory, considering Warframe 1999 with Hayden Tenno would be the alternate. I turned around and I mentioned dimension jumping and people said no, 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 no. It's in the lore of the game. Albrecht and Trotty spent a considerable amount of time trying to prove the usefulness of an alternate dimension. And then all of a sudden we have that alternate dimension coming into the actual game. Yeah. He may not be the man in the wall, but yeah, alternate dimension, Warframe 1999. Ah, that's still playing around in my head. Just as it started and seeing Hayden lift his head, it was one of the best moments Warframe have ever had in a teaser trailer system. Just wow. But as time passed, the others lost interest in his pursuit of this alternate dimension, but obviously he didn't. To such a point that, being the sleeper from the upcoming quest, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this next chapter in Warframe. This whole Whispers in the Walls is going to kind of explain a lot, and I'm really hoping they touch on the fact that the man in the wall is Albrecht and Trotty's doppelganger. Ours is wandering around haunting us, but his doppelganger is the man in the wall. We know this by the missing finger. And I could not believe I've had to actually kind of mention this, because it's not something that I tend to cover that much, simply because even when looking things up and basing it on facts, there is still a lot of things you can get wrong just by saying one or two words in the wrong order. So try to avoid lore stuff as much as I can, but it can't be avoided. Albrecht and Trotty, in his first trip to the Void, met his doppelganger. His daughters closed the portal, stopping the doppelganger from being able to come through, cutting its finger off. That is basically the drive in the back of the railjack. Though I still think it's absolutely funny that all Tenno have this thing. I mean, yeah, you play as a group of 4, so 4 people have one, but there's only ever one in existence in any gameplay. It's not like you're playing on 4 individual ships, it's one ship, so it kind of makes sense, but anyway. And Albrecht and Trotty was also spending his time trying to prove the usefulness of an alternate dimension. Cue Warframe 1999, which I still think is funny because the entire trailer takes place as it turns over from 1999 to the year 2000. So, should it not be called Warframe 2000? Man in the Wall, not Master and Trotty. This is already known. We know this. This is stuff that has been around for a long, long time. Yes. Those people who turn around when that smile is the man in the wall. You are in fact a 98% accurate, because it would be Master and Trotty, assuming Master and Trotty is in fact Albrecht and Trotty. But not at the same time, because it is him, but it is his copy that is actually the man in the wall, which is a copy of him, so I'll give it 98%. Yes, it is. 2%. Kind of. How about we'll put it that way? And with that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.